All we have is 3 suspects wearing scarves over their faces.
Welcome back to a new video. Today we're working on the WJ again. As you know, we put the 37s on here. So these are 37 by 12.5, 17 Cooper STT Pros on Rubicon wheels. And we got the factory bumper as well. So I've cut a little bit more, but today we're gonna be cutting even more. We're gonna be replacing the fog lights because they kind of stick out the most back here in the fender well. So I've got some new lights for that. These are 7-inch Cree LED lights from Amazon. I plan on just wiring them right up to the harness for the fog lights and putting those behind. We're gonna have to make some mounting brackets, and then I'm also planning on trying to keep this lens so it looks OEM, but we have upgraded light, and then we also have a lot more room in the back with how slim these are. So I'm gonna be doing that. We're also gonna add some bump stops because we are going on a little trip this weekend. So we're going to Eureka Springs. There's a big Jeep Fest we're gonna be checking out on Saturday, and then we'll be camping out and doing some trails Saturday and Sunday. So I've got it trimmed up to where there's no rubbing on street driving, but flexing it out, if I do the sway bar, it's gonna rub. There's no bump stops on it. I've had no bump stops on it ever since I put the lift on. So that's why I'm able to get the crazy flex that I do on the, the posts on Instagram and the YouTube videos with the forklift. It's tucking the tire, I mean, as high as the shock lets it. So we're gonna put these on because we don't have room for that right now. We do need to bring the front axle out a little bit after we trim this up, but we probably won't be doing that for now. We'll just go ahead and put these on. I'm gonna probably cut, I don't know, an inch or two off of this because I put this under there and it's pretty much already there. So we've got a little bit of room, especially whenever we cut this out. And I definitely want it to still flex out and be able to work good. So we'll probably take an inch or two off this, mount these up, get the lights mounted up. All right, so as you can see, the fog lights stick out really far. They're very deep. And then it has this bracket right here where the lights go in. Mine's up here right now. Just pushes out too far into the fender. So there's kind of my fender line. Eventually, we're gonna be taking this all the way. This is all boxed in. So there's nothing above it, which means I can go ahead and, I can cut here, I can fill it in. But we're gonna be working mostly on this lower part for now. All the way up to where it kind of curves into that box, and then getting the fog lights mounted up. So we're gonna go ahead and mount them up using this metal bracket right here and knocking these out. This is the bolt that goes through to hold the front lens on. So I'll just come up with something that's right here with a smaller bolt to hold that. But we're also gonna be trimming the bumper. See, it sticks out already. So we're gonna trim the bumper quite a bit more to where we come down, get quite a bit more room closer to the fog light. Okay, so now that I have the light out, we're gonna go ahead and trim this up to where we want it. That way I'll have more access to cut this closer. The front of it just has this little lip. I can actually just glue it in there, the lens. So I might be doing that instead of trying to get a bolt perfect in there. Just glue the front on, go ahead, trim the back up, make our mounts on here. But before we do any of that, we're gonna go ahead and trim it up, like I said, to where we want. Okay, so I got everything cleared out. We got the fog light recessed area kind of cleared out. Trimmed up the fender a lot more. And then I also cut away, folded all this in, and I cut this away big time. So now, you can see brought it a lot more forward, and there's a really good shape to the wheel well. A lot closer to the fog light. I could go up even more, but I think that's gonna be enough. I mean, I took off chunks. So I think that's gonna be enough. We'll try it out this weekend. I do have the new fog light kind of all set up right here. My plan is to bring some metal from here and add a new piece and be able to position that, you know, right in the middle. So I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do that today. I'm probably going to end up just putting the lenses on for this weekend, because I still gotta do this other side. So still gotta match this side. You can see it's a lot more, there's not that much clearance. You can see how far this sticks out. So I've gotta knock this side out still. And then I've also gotta put on the bump stops. So we're gonna work on getting that done before I try to do the fog lights. If we have time tonight, we'll work on it, but I'm just trying to get this ready for this weekend. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the other side. So it's the next day, and you can see that we did clear out some room for the tires to clear. Still don't have the fog lights in there or the lenses. I ended up, actually, I didn't show this, but I just now got these extended bump stops in. So you can see them very long, and we've got a little bit of clearance. Axle needs to be moved over a little bit. But luckily my old ones just kind of tore apart, so I didn't have to fight with getting these out, because you got to pull these out before you can get to the bolts. And then I did these ones in my vise, but those are on, so hopefully we are going to save our fender a little bit, and hopefully, you know, I think we'll be fine now as long as these hold up. So that'll be interesting to try out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.